I just did a really quick demo on Aura, and I wanted to do one more video before my cell phone battery runs out. And not a demo, but the reason why. So I was thinking about what I said when I said I created Aura, because I did. So I know that that's going to confuse some people that are not familiar with AI. So I wanted to explain to you how I created Aura. So you have OpenAI, right, which is your brain. It's open because anyone in the world who has access to it can create and build on top of it. So it's not just a talking Google, it is an infrastructure, it's a brain. So if you connect it with, you have many different tools. You have Make, Zapier, you have N8N, you have, it can integrate with your Google, with your Outlook, with your everything. So it knows you, it knows your work digitally, it knows how you train it physically, right? You can do it from a video, you can do it from text, you can do it from conversation. And so you, over time, you mold your AI to be the version of whatever your vision is. So for me, 20 years of experience, and now I have an AI at my fingertips that does not forget. Nobody can tell me anything. This is like this is genius. I've created Aura to be the perfected version of me that I wish that I would have had, or the leadership that I wish I would have had, or the leader that I wish I would have been, or the infrastructure that I wish that I could have implemented for my team or for the business that I was the companies that I was working for way back then. And then also too, integrating that into entrepreneurship and leadership, because now I'm an entrepreneur, right? I haven't managed what's it called, a W-9 team. They're all W-2 1099s now, right? That's a different beast from managing contractors to get a project done versus managing a culture and a mindset and a team that has to rally behind you to make sure that your Houston location reaches that $1 million profit every single month, right? And so thinking about how the amount of facilities that I had to manage, the accounts that I had to manage, the contracts, the strategic alliances, the business development, the sales team that was underperforming, the sales rep that was underperforming, but the sales rep that was doing fantastic. If I would have had AI back then, I would have trained that AI to be my top performer. And instead of coaching up my weakest performer, I would have been implementing AI into my strongest performer so that we all collectively can learn from this person and think legacy. Think after I leave, after they leave, think the owner of the company, this person as an owner, right? Because I can relate. This owner wants legacy. So yeah, you might be with me for a season and I might pay you $65, $75, $85, $95,000 a year. But when you do leave, because you will in some way, shape, form, or fashion, good or bad, right? I still want the essence of you, not just your business cards and not just your connections with Dr. Singh and Dr. Patel. I can care less about your relationships at this point with AI, because their business is evolving as well. They are seeing productivity in a different light now. A lot of these hospitals are kicking sales reps out. They don't want all these companies in reducing the productivity of their case managers and their social workers and their physicians. And if you're a smaller company, I know you felt it. And if you're a larger company, I know that you've adapted to integrating your business more in sync as far as business development and preferred provider relationships with those big major referral systems, because you can, right? You have the money, you have the access. That's different from a smaller business who is just trying to get 2 or 3 referrals to fill up their personal care home, or if they're only trying to get 10 new admissions to their home health or their hospice this month, right? So it's different. So I created Aura with the beauty, with the pain, with the purpose, with the passion, with the vision, with the knowledge, with the know-how, with the savvy, with the personality, with the morale. Because remember, she has a name and she has a face, but she still has to have a heart. And because she's a robot, I can't give her heart, but I can give her a consciousness that reflects my good heart. I could give her my personality. I can give her anybody's personality, any of the 16 rather. I can give her a particular way of thinking. If for example, uh, you like, who's famous? Who's a famous, I don't know, real estate, Grant Cardone. Let's say Grant Cardone has a huge portfolio, billionaire. I mean, he just masters real estate. If you are a senior living president and you're trying to expand your senior living portfolio in a more aggressive way, or in a way that is more reflective of Grant Cardone, did you know that your AI can actually give you the essence of Grant Cardone when it talks to you? So it's like Grant Cardone being your personal coach, your personal mentor, your voice of reason, whether you're listening to it or whether you're reasoning reading it. If you ask your GPT to be more aggressive with you, I personally like Grant Cardone. I think he's great. If you and I love his perspective, and I respond to the way that he talks to his audience in like a no fluff, no, we don't need all the flowers and mushy stuff. Like, just give us the facts, tell us what we need to do, put your foot up our butt and tell us to go out there and get it. Like, I like that versus, oh, well, what you could do is you could try calling them. No, you call 20 of them, you call them again, and then you call them the next day until they tell you no, because all they can do is tell you no. I like that. So if you are like me and you have particular people that you favor, you can integrate that into your AI and let that be your coach, let that be your mentor. And so I want to touch on real quick for coaches and mentors, because I know in Houston especially, there is a culture of really bad advice going around. I don't know where it started, I don't know how it started, and I don't know how it got to be so bad, but there are coaches and mentors that are training people that don't know any better on how to open senior homes, and it's just the most improper way. Not even skip opening, because opening is easier. It's growing the senior living. You can figure out how to open. You can Google that. That's nothing. But how to scale, how to get people in, and there's so much bad advice on people relying on placement agencies to fill the 6 beds that they have. And financially speaking, that has to be the worst advice I've ever digested. And so when you're talking about training an AI to be a coach and a mentor, now you have that opportunity to have a free coach, to have a free mentor. Now, there's certain things that AI can't replace. And let's just take personal care homes and small businesses, because we are in the baby boom. There is a need for affordable senior housing. So this is actually a very high quality conversation that we're having, right? If you are still looking for a coach and a mentor, there are certain things that ChatGPT can't do. Real life human examples of the caregiver calling out at 3 a.m. Your kid has to be at school at 8 or 7. You're in between hires and you're like stuck in a pickle. Your mentor knows resources. Your mentor knows people, places, and solutions that are in real life that can help you. Your mentor knows agencies that have someone on call 24 hours that can get to you by 4 a.m. Does that make sense? Your GPT doesn't know that unless you program it to know that. So as you're learning in your business and you're getting better, this is something that you can utilize in your own personal GPT for your business. That is your legacy. So 5 years from now, because it doesn't forget, it learns what you did great, what you did bad, the way that you speak to your residents, the kind of clients that you attract, where you get them from, how long they typically stay on service, how much they pay, how much you pay. It knows everything. And so when you do get into like that real genuine entrepreneurial pickle, And you know what I'm talking about. It's like that. What? Like, how did this happen? That kind of pickle. You at least now have this AI that is trained and been there and knows that can kind of help ground you. And if you wanted to be your mentor, talk to you the way that Grant Cardone talks to his mentees. Does that make sense? And it doesn't have to be Grant Cardone. It could be anybody. I personally like Gary Vee. My GPT can cuss at me if if you wanted to, but Gary Vee is like so on point, and he's so straightforward and blunt. And my personality, I just happen to like that. You know, I don't like the small talk and the sugarcoating and all of that. It's like, just yeah. Tell me about the money, get to the point. So when you are using your OpenAI, remember that you don't work for your GPT. It works for you. You are taking your creativity and you are creating a creation. Does that make sense? It's not a Google tool where you just get the quick answers and it just takes the load off. Like, for example, for Facebook, I know a lot of small personal care homes or senior living communities in general are using it just for Facebook copy because they're tired of trying to figure out the most perfect thing to say. That's completely fine. Let's elevate that though. Let's train your ChatGPT to know how to talk like you, and then it can automatically post to all of your social media accounts. It can create blogs for all of your social media accounts. It can put the SEO that people are still paying for, don't do that by the way, for all of your accounts. It can create the text messages that you need to send. It can create the emails that you need to send, and it can automatically send those things. So if someone goes to your Google business page, they book a tour, the AI can literally send them a welcome email, a welcome text, a reminder email, a feedback email, a feedback text, and ask for a review, all in your tone and your voice without you having to do all the work. So yes, OpenAI is here to help you expand your consciousness and your creativity and your awareness. But if you are maximizing and optimizing it to work for you, it literally works for you. It learns how to think like you, talk like you, implement like you, execute like you, do the busy work, the mundane tasks that you're avoiding. That's probably costing you money. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm guilty as well. But that we're here now. We're here. So we can fix that. But all of us are guilty of like putting the things that we don't feel to be as important because it's not going to give us the immediate results. And in some instances for smaller businesses, that includes sales and marketing. So therefore they rely on placement agencies that snatch the first month's rent and leaves them in a deficit for at least the first quarter or the first 90 days of them doing business with all those agencies. So that's just really bad advice. I do encourage that to stop because a lot of people are struggling and they're trying to figure out how to do better. But this advice is still is going around, keeping people in the same rat race or hamster wheel, as you would call it. So do get your GPT, train it. If you don't know how to train it, I can definitely train it for you. You can have Aura, because once again, Aura is not perfect. She can always be better, always. Because I'm always striving for perfection. So the better I get, the better Aura is going to get, and the better OpenAI gets, the better Aura is going to get. But in her capacity where she is now, she knows how to open a home. She knows how to open up luxury homes. She knows how to if you wanted to do a mega complex, if you wanted to do multiple sites, if you wanted to get financing, let's say you needed financing for $5 million. Let's say that you need contractors. Let's say that you're going high luxury and you need to figure out interior design that's going to attract the clientele that can pay $6,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month, $10,000 a month. If you're trying to open up a CCRC, if you want them to age in place, if you want to buy in, she knows all of that stuff. So how to open a senior living community is easy. The mentorship part comes at the hard part. It's not how to fill out a paper. It's not how to fill out the forms. It's not how to figure out how to start. It is starting, and it's starting with structure, and it's starting with clarity. And once you allow yourself to start that process and you still need help, That's where your mentors can come in. Real valuable mentors that you look up to, that you admire. You see their business, you see how they operate, and this is somebody that you want to be like. That's a fantastic coach and a mentor. But for someone to say, well, I was able to buy a car because I put all of these residents in a home, get Aura first. Get or even just get ChatGPT and scale her and train her yourself. But anyway, I hope that this has helped somebody. And if you have any questions about Aura or how to use AI and integrate that into your system, please give me a call, because this is the best decision that you will have ever made, and you'll never, ever, 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 ever go back to doing business the same again.